Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. In this video today, we're going to be talking about some big news coming out of the LCS. Obviously, CLOUD9 has been a talk of this mini offseason. So many different rumors, so many different speculations, and all this different stuff going on. We know that Fudge is role swapping to top. We know that Jensen is coming into mid, and we have heard different rumors about who their support is most likely going to be, but we now have official word of who that support for summer 2022 is going to be. But there's also another move they made that is pretty interesting as well and has a little bit of an impact on their whole support situation. We'll be talking about all of that in this video today. But first, a word from today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. This is a very awesome, simple, easy to use daily fantasy website and app, and they do League of Legends esports. It is super cool. You pick your favorite stars, choose our over-under, and watch your players win. I've been making some picks in my recent videos, and the video yesterday, here was some of the picks I dropped. Reckless, over or under 4.5 kills in map 4, match 4 in a K-Corp series. And guess what? He got 7 kills in that game, so that one hit. Also, Cabochard, over under 11.5 kills. I picked the over in the first 3 matches combined, and he got like 10 or 11 kills in the very first game. So we've been hitting as of late. I've been making some good picks. Maybe you guys want to follow. Maybe you want to go against me. I don't know. But if you want to make some picks of your own, check out the first link in the description below where Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. A really awesome deal. Thank you so much for Prize Picks for supporting us. Hopefully you guys go check them out and support them. With that being said, let's get right into this one. The big news today comes from .esports. This is their article. Sources: Zven to rejoin CLOUD9 starting lineup in summer via the role swap. The Dane returns to the LCS after a split in Academy, but he didn't really even have a split in Academy. I don't know. That's not great information, I don't think. I don't even know if he played in a single Academy game. I know he was playing in their internal scrims and stuff. Maybe he played some Academy games. Maybe that's accurate. I don't know, but I know King was playing Academy mostly, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty crazy. Obviously, this is something we have been talking about. This is something that I had tweeted rumors about. This is something I've already made videos about. This is something I had been following and covering a lot because the idea had been tossed around behind the scenes. You know, Zven's been playing solo queue, all this stuff, but now it is official. And I thought this is where they were going to go. But just know that this move didn't necessarily have to happen. This wasn't a guarantee. Like, the rumor is that Zven, you know, is trying to get his green card done right now. And I think a lot of people expect his green card will hopefully get done before the summer split. You know, he's over in Europe right now. We assume trying to get that stuff done, or you know, going through the interview process or the paperwork or whatever. But we know that CLOUD9 was considering different mid lane options, at least according to Wooloo. You know, they looked at Copy, who obviously is a resident. They looked at Jensen, obviously that's who they ended up going with. He's a resident. But they also, you know, looked at Niski. Niski is not a resident. They also looked at, apparently, Random. Random is not a resident. If they would have went with Niski, if they would have went with Random, and it seems like Niski was maybe even really high up on their list, if they would have went with one of those guys, then Zven, had he not gotten his green card, then would not have been an option. And at that point, I don't know who they would have went with in the support position. Obviously, they're still hoping Zven would have been able to get his green card hopefully soon, but eventually, and when he did that, maybe he would be able to slot into the lineup after that. But if Zven was still an import, and they had an import mid, and they had Berserker, who it doesn't seem like they're getting rid of, and it wouldn't make sense to get rid of anytime soon, they would have had to go another way. So even though this has seemed like the very big rumor, there's been some recent, you know, things going on that have maybe made this come to fruition. So here, you know, they say veteran AD carry Zven is in line to make his top flight League of Legends return to the LCS 2022 summer split. This move was first suggested as a possibility by Upcomer on April 26th, and that is what we call in the industry a little bit of cap. How about a lot of bit of cap? This is me. I have been telling you guys this for a while. April 19th, I tweeted out, rumor, Zven has considered a role swap to support. People had talked about it. LS had talked about it. The rumor was going on behind the scenes. People were absolutely talking about this. That's why I tweeted it. That's why I got it out to you guys. That's why I made videos about it. 84 likes on this tweet. This tweet did pretty well, but I also said, you know, Zven, he's playing on Sup is Weak XD, Team Solo Mid Zven. It says right there. And he was playing a lot of support games. And then that continued on. You know, this is what I said. Another one I've been on for a couple weeks and do think I was one of the first to point this out publicly. And then we also had, you know, a tweet I made recently too. I don't know exactly where it is, but Zven had been playing a lot of solo queue, and I tweeted that out again. I said this: Zven has played 12 support games in solo queue in the last 12 hours, and that was on April 26th. When Dot is claiming this possibility was first suggested by Upcomer on April 26th. I mean, this is just a little bit dumb. This is just the big companies kind of scratching each other's back. Dot and Upcomer are like the two Upcomer said this, Dot said whatever. People have been talking about this. They were not the first to say that, but they're giving some credit to one of the other big companies out there. But I did want to point out that, hey, I've been on this story for a while. I was getting you guys the latest. I was getting you guys the good stuff, and it ends up coming true, which I think is really, really cool. Getting a little update on Zven. He is in a game right now in EUS solo queue. I mean, this guy is spamming support. This guy, he is a grinder, and he is grinding, which I think is really, really cool. He is now master 544 LP. He has a 63% win rate, and you can see, yes, he does have a lot of games played on Zeri. Again, I assume that's just when he's getting autofilled, but his other most played champions, Nautilus, Leona, Karma, Lulu, Renata, Rakan, pretty good win rates, pretty good KDAs on everything. The Nautilus KDA isn't there, but the win rate is, decent, at least 53%. Leona, he's 10-0 on Leona, which is pretty cool to see. A lot of good stuff going on. And again, he's playing a ton of games. An hour ago, 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago. He's in a live game right now. This is really, really cool to see. And right now he's rank 1,118 on the EUS ladder, and he's just grinding. And I know there's been a lot of criticisms about Zven. He has random ints, and maybe he wasn't that good as of late and all that stuff, but this guy is really, really good. He is one of the best Western AD carries of all time. He's made a world semifinal. He's made it to worlds countless times. He's made it out of groups. He's done all these things. He's had an insane career. He is a grinder. He is insanely consistent. He's gonna put in a ton of work. He obviously knows an insane amount about bot lane. He has all the mechanics. I really see no reason why this guy can't be an amazing supporter. That doesn't mean he's going to be, but I do think that Winsome and Isles, this last split for C9, did not, put the bar very high. So I think no matter what, Zven should come in and be an upgrade. I think, this will hopefully allow, Berserker to be paired up with a veteran who has done amazing, amazing things and should hopefully be able to teach him a lot of stuff about bot lane and just being a professional and winning games and all this stuff. I think this is going to be really, really cool. I am super, super excited about this move. And now, also, since they end up going with Jensen in the mid lane, it doesn't matter if Zven gets his green card or not. If Zven is an import or if he's a resident or whatever, obviously you still want Zven to get his green card and you still want him to be a resident. That makes him more valuable and that allows you to make more moves in the future. But it does take a lot of pressure and a lot of stress off C9 management, off the C9 team, off Zven. We saw with Core JJ when Dodo was talking about just the stress and pressure of getting Core JJ's green card and needing it by a certain day and all this stuff and how it would have been an absolute disaster if they didn't get it done. Now they can all relax a little bit. Now, if he gets his green card, great. If he doesn't, that's still fine because right now the only import that this team has is Berserker. Since Fudge, obviously is a resident. Blabber's from NA. Jensen is a grandfathered in resident. And then Zven is maybe going to get his green card now, but we will see. But again, I think it's going to be super, super cool. As far as other news coming out of this is the other big deal. CLOUD9 has scooped up Australian star Destiny for their academy support role as well. Obviously, this guy is a resident. He will be able to slot into the lineup since he is, from Osh. This guy got replaced on Immortals for Ignar, so he was out there. He was a free agent. And I think this is interesting. This isn't them, trying to get some, prospect into academy or something like that. This is them, I think, trying to have a insurance policy in case Zven doesn't work out. What if Zven sucks? What if Zven is horrible? What if he doesn't want to play support? What if it goes really bad? What if Berserker doesn't like playing with him? What if they don't have good synergy? Yada, yada, yada. Again, I think Sven's going to be good. C9 thinks Sven's going to be good. But if not, they have a very capable. I don't think Destiny's amazing. I've been pretty critical of him. I haven't been that super impressed with him, especially, recently in the LCS. But overall, Destiny could be better than Winsome and Isles as well. Again, Winsome and Isles were not very good this past split. People were saying Winsome is maybe the 7th best support in the LCS, maybe worse, and he was playing on a top 4 team. Again, Destiny I don't think is amazing either. Is he going to be a top 6 support? I don't know, but I think it is at least possible that he will be an upgrade. At worst, I think he's a side grade to Winsome and Isles, so I thought this was kind of interesting as well. Even if you think Zven is going to, just absolutely nosedive and suck and be horrible, well, hey, they have Destiny there ready to go as well. Hey, so this is what Cloud9's rolling with. I think it's really, really interesting. Again, it does seem like all of this is official now. This is a rumor and speculation we've been talking about for a while. We'll have to see how this goes. But also, C9's roster is now done. Fudge, Blabber, Jensen, Berserker, and Zven is going to be their starting lineup for the summer of 2022. Overall, I think it's a pretty good lineup. I think it's fun, it's interesting, and I think that this team is going to be going to Worlds at the end of the day. Even though the top 4 in NA in summer of 2022 is going to be very close, very competitive, and very fun to watch. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this move. Do you think Zven's going to be a good support, bad support, somewhere in between? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out Prize Picks, first link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then.